rules. Let's start with the first round rules, rather. It's this simple. A great take gives you 200 points. A good take gives you 100 points. An okay take gives you 50. And a bad take, you come home empty-handed with 0 points. You come home with absolutely nothing. We're going to start with the king himself. We can engage in GOAT debates another time. Hopefully when he retires, then we can save it for them. But the king himself, LeBron James, became the very first player in the history of the National Basketball Association to surpass 40,000 career points. Did so in a loss on Saturday night to the Denver Nuggets. Again, LeBron, obviously the all-time leading scorer, broke Kareem's record last season, now 40,000 points. So I will start with you, Tim. Is this, in a career that has featured many accomplishments, many feats, is this the most impressive?
To shock the world? No, it's not. And I truly believe that these longevity records, while impressive, because he's been around for that long, he's been able to amass all these points as much as he has. Really, it just goes to show that he has, just been in the league for such a long time, been in the league for 21 years. And the only thing that shocker, Celtics fan has against LeBron James, what else is new? I will compare it to this. Tom Brady has basically all the NFL passing records, and I look at that and go, I think Brady's most impressive record is obviously the 7 Super Bowl titles that he has, which is more than any team in the NFL. So with LeBron, he also has been playing since he was 18 years old. He's been in the league right out of high school. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played 4 years at UCLA. Robert Parrish, who has the title for most games played in the NBA, played the exact same amount of seasons as LeBron James has. And yet, Robert Parrish has 200 more games than LeBron. So to me, it's good for him. Again, great, unbelievable stat, 40,000 points, first to ever do it. But when all is said and done, I think there are other other stats about LeBron that are more impressive rather than just his than just scoring 40,000 points. That's it.
Is there one individually that stands out, whether it be a stat or an accomplishment championship, that would stand out to Tim?
I hate to give him this because I know he thinks this is what made him the greatest player of all time. But of course, coming back from 3-1 against your Golden State, 73 or 72-10 and
73-9.
73-9. Sorry.
No, it's a painful number.
But to me, that is more impressive than him just being in the league since he was 18 years old, playing 21 seasons. Not having to deal with 4 years of college like a lot of the other guys have. So. Sure.
Yeah, no, I think too, the Robert Parrish stat, I knew he was ahead. I didn't realize he was 200 games ahead. That's kind of wild. But yeah, listen, when you consider, LeBron's longevity, the one thing I would push back on the whole being in the league a long time, it's not like he's averaging 8 points a game and just hanging on by a thread. Like, with all due respect, Kevin Garnett did late in his career, or Kobe Bryant averaged about, around 20 points a game ish, but wasn't terribly efficient. Bron's averaging 28, 8 and 7 on like 50% shooting. And I could be wrong on this. I think he might be shooting on way less attempts, obviously, but I think he might be shooting better from three than Steph Curry, which is, listen, how he's improved his three-point shot is a credit to him. Okay, take Tim. That the only reason I give you, I was going to give you a good take. The only reason I didn't give you a good take is because you didn't necessarily list a specific accomplishment that you would put like significantly above LeBron, but nonetheless, okay, take by Tim. To you, Barry Grant Jr., I know you are a big LeBron stan and certainly a lifelong Lakers fan. Is this LeBron's most impressive accomplishment? 30,000 points.
I would 1,000 agree that it's his most impressive accomplishment. And I would go ahead and say that this is just as big as Joe DiMaggio's hit streak that possibly might not get broken again. Here's why. He wants to talk about, I loved him, but he's a Celtics fan, so I'm coming in hot tonight. All right. Paul Pierce played 19 seasons, 26,000 points. So let's not talk about a longevity award that makes sense. It's about playing at a high level for the longest period of time than anybody in NBA history. This man has the longest prime in sports history, other than a Tom Brady, if you want to put that out there, right? And if you want to talk about college being a thing, well, college was a thing back then. He was big enough and strong enough to be able to get straight to the NBA. Not a lot of people had that particular skill and ability to do so. And he came out as an 18-year-old dropping 20 points a game. It's not like he went from 5 points to 20 points. He came out dropping buckets. So let's put that out there. Longevity, consistency, and durability is why LeBron James is the greatest. And this is why this particular record is the greatest. If we want to have a stat here, this is what's so impressive about this number. LeBron, if you take out his three-point makes, still has more points than Michael Jordan in his NBA career. Think about that stat for a minute. So people want to talk about longevity stats not being a thing. It is a thing because in baseball, that's what the entire sport is based on. Longevity, numbers, putting up big points. Craig Biggio is in the Hall of Fame right now because he was playing longer than most people. He had 3,000 hits, had a lot of walks, had some defensive ability, but he's in the Hall of Fame because he played a very, very long time and stand the test of time in regards to durability. So that's a big thing. Durability gets lost in sports nowadays because everybody,
10 seconds, Barry.
what do you call it? Load managing. LeBron is one of one in regards to this. This record is amazing.
It load management.
Amazing.
No. The load. What are you referring to in load management?
Nope. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call LeBron a load manager. I mean,
he is not. He is not.
I mean, if you want to say late in his career, I mean, the man's a million years old. Like, yeah, he does need some time off. If he's able to
98 years old, still playing what he can do. Come on now.
It's solid. Very good take. Going to give you the 100 points here. I think when you talk about obviously the historical significance of it, I don't think it's as breakable or as unbreakable as DiMaggio's history because that is just sick.
Well, think about it, Bryson. I don't mean to cut you off, but he's still going.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, and it's still going strong. It's not like
it may get to 45,000 or 50.
I don't think it'll get to 50, but 45,000, who knows if he continues to play at this level. And listen, I saw some weird stuff. I don't even know the specifics of it, but Wemby would have to play like 80 games a year and average like 30 something. I mean, it'd be something crazy in order to even come within reach of it. It's an unbelievable record. So a good take by Barry Grant Jr. Finally, with you, Alfred Parsar Jr., is this 40,000 point streak or this 40,000 point threshold, is this the most impressive stat or accomplishment of LeBron James's career?
While the 40,000 points is impressive, what's more impressive than that is not even just the longevity of LeBron James, but to echo the gentleman before me, it's the longevity at this high of a level. People have to remember the facts. He broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. If you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's stats, if you look at any footage of him from the last 2 seasons he played in the league, he was so tired he had to take a break on offense, had to take a break on defense. He wasn't playing at a high level. Matter of fact, Kareem averaged 10 points a game his final year in the league. LeBron is still averaging 25. If you look at LeBron's stat card, he has never averaged less than 20 points in any season he has ever played in the NBA. He's averaging more in his 21st year in the league than a lot of other guys who are much younger and much fresher with much fresher legs and much less mileage on his body. You also got to remember the guy played in 10 finals overall. 8 of them were consecutive. He's played in the Olympics. So there's a lot of wear and tear on that body. He should not be able to do what he's doing at the level he's doing it at. And then not only that, down 29 points in the third quarter, leading comebacks, because consistently carrying the Lakers on his back night after night. And not to mention, he's first in scoring and fourth in assists all time. So, I mean, yeah, the 40,000 points is cool, a record that I don't think will ever be broken, much like Cal Ripken's Iron Man streak. It's just one of the things I don't see happening. I mean, then again, they said Kareem's record they didn't think would ever be broken either, but it takes a once-in-a-lifetime player to do what he's doing, and it's more the fact that he can still play as if he was a 25-year-old at nearing age 40. That's the most impressive thing, and we'll never see it again in any sport. That's the point.
Listen, especially again, Barry was the front runner for this. He talked about in his show a couple months ago about how this new science had come out showing load management actually didn't benefit you at all. So maybe that comes back around and athletic staffs in the next decade kind of adjust to that. Hopefully so. But as currently constituted, again, like you just aren't going to have guys putting up those numbers. But listen, Alvaro's dropping bars right there. I'm going to give you a great take, Alvaro. This is the numbers you were just popping out of there like crazy to support your arguments, especially the fourth all-time in assists is. And what's crazy is the LeBron being the all-time leading scorer, and I shouldn't say nobody, most don't consider scoring his greatest trait. And he's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. So that's something to keep in mind. Where regardless where you stand on the GOAT debate, that is pretty fantastic.